Well, here we are, Keith. This is the sort of episode 11, but it's a sort of short one, really, because it's a bit of a wrap-up of our first season. We've done...
Yeah, season. Yeah, that's like the stuff they have on the TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
Season 1, Season 2.
Yeah, the sequel.
Done well to get through a season, haven't we?
Yeah, no, I was quite surprised. And it's been, well, I think for me, Keith, it's been a bit of a journey. It's been a bit of fun.
Great fun.
So,
Surprised how much. I always enjoy talking about music, but actually doing it in sort of in this format, where the world can hear you, not that the world has heard us, is good. It's all right. I thought I'd be a little bit. I wasn't sure about it when you asked if I fancied doing it, but I've loved it.
Yeah. No,
it's been good.
It's been good fun. So
people too.
Yeah, met some really interesting people, and we can catch up on that in a week. But talking of fun, this has got nothing to do with the podcast. But
Very rarely has.
In work yesterday, you've been to the office, you walk up the stairs, and I got up to like the second floor. There's a fucking bloke there dressed like a kid's entertainer.
Okay.
Just out.
Was it your birthday?
No, outside the lift, and I made myself laugh because he must have thought I'd come to get him. There was obviously something happening, and he put his hand out. He goes, "All right, mate, I'm the magician." I said, "How's tricks?"
Get out of here.
So I was pleased with myself on.
Was that true?
Yeah.
That's doing.
Yeah. So that's tricks.
That's right. I saw Elvis on the aqueduct today, so there we are.
You did, didn't you? Showed me the pictures of that. Yeah. So fucking 10 episodes.
Yeah.
How quick's that gone?
It's flown, isn't it? First guest was Steve Bellis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was about the second or third one we did, was it?
Yeah. Well, I think. I'm just looking at the list here now. I got it in front of me because...
Mark.
Yeah. Steve Bellis was the first.
Jack in Manchester, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was I enjoyed that one. That was a good...
Yeah.
The Dirt, that was good. We had Daz from up in Newcastle, the old mucker.
Yeah, the old AC/DC Back in Black
Yeah.
guy. Tom on last week. That was interesting.
In his potting shed.
Yeah.
It literally was a potting shed, wasn't it?
Potter's shed.
Yeah. And then, so from there, I tell you what was an interest.
Oh, and of course. Chester boys.
The Chester boys, ska and jazz.
Yeah.
That was like...
That was a different world for me, that.
Yeah, that was...
It's not really either sort of genre of music I'm that much into.
No.
I mean, I had an Oscar Peterson album once upon a time.
Yeah.
And, you I guess you hear commercial ska on the radio.
Yeah.
But it's not something I've ever delved very deeply into at all. So that was a really good one. Chris and John, wasn't it?
Chris and John. I tell you what was interesting, it was like opening up two talking music encyclopedias.
It was really, wasn't it?
And how weird was that? Janet Alley, our old mate from back in the day,
yeah.
She fucking roadied for John back in London.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But
it's great, and it's a small old world.
Yeah.
It was. That was a real surprise. Then of course we've got some good stuff coming up.
Yeah, we have. We've got.
To look forward to.
So we got one of your contacts Friday night.
Yeah, Mick Brown, booking agent for Mott the Hoople, Ian Hunter, Georgia Satellites. Mick Ralphie's done. Warner E. Hodges. Yeah,
so is he manager or tour manager, or what's the story on him?
Booking agent.
Yeah,
I came across him by accident in, I think, 2014. And Karen and I gone to Austin, and she said, I've heard this band, they're on Brendan Benson's Ready Made label. So we've got to go and see them, And they were playing Mother Egan's on the Wednesday morning. And we went there, we saw them, and as you do, or as I do, started chatting to them.
Yeah.
So, coming over the UK, and said, yeah, we are. And this was like the March, and I think they came over in the October. They've been getting things up on me, getting memories coming on me phone.
Yeah.
And I said, look, if you're over, I could maybe sort you out a few local gigs if you're stuck. So I'm sure you've got a pretty hefty itinerary. But he said, no, we're doing the UK and Europe. And he said, that would be really good. So they must have, I think we exchanged phone numbers or something like that. And I reached out and we got in touch, and they sent me Mick's email address, and it had the title of a Mop the Hoople song in it.
Ah, right.
And I'm like, what the hell? This is interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I emailed him and said, look, I might be able to sort 3 or 4 gigs out for the Howling Brothers from Nashville, Tennessee. And I love your email address. Obviously, I'm familiar with that song, and I'm a big Mott Hunter fan.
Yeah.
And he just emailed me back, oh yeah, well fine, but if you can, it'd be really good, let me know. And it's like, yeah, I'm Ian Hunter's booking agent.
Okay. Well.
Okay, wow,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Royalty in your
Yeah,
world.
absolutely, yeah. And it just sort of went from there. So, yeah, a nice bloke. And he said, oh, yeah, if you want to come to any of the gigs I'm putting on, just let me know and I'll put you on the door. I think I did it once.
Yeah.
I think you should pay to go to gigs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully that'll all go ahead on Friday, and then of course we got your mate on Sunday.
Yeah, we're going down to
Cheltenham.
down to the posh end to do a good chat with our old mate Crusher.
That'll be something else.
That's
That really will.
It's I worry for our safety. That's all I can say.
I might just do the interview from the car.
Yeah, we'll do it by
Locked.
Zoom. Locked doors. So I met Crusher, I don't know, 12, 14 years ago.
When you were both on remand.
We shared the same cell.
Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah, I heard those rumours.
Yeah, but he, because he's like sort of rock royalty, got a posh pillow.
Well, he would, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
So, so...
It's not true, folks, by the way, they didn't meet on remand. Well, did you?
No, we did. But
did.
no, we didn't. So we were running the Big Ball ACDC convention with a couple of mates of mine, Andy and Smiling, and Crusher, the compad. Not met him before. And then we sort of got on quite well, and we become like sort of good
haven't you?
mates over the years, and we've done some fun stuff to us. And I've had some funny nights. So before we lived here, we lived that house around the corner.
Yeah.
By the lake.
Well, I came there, you had 80s party there, didn't you?
Yeah. So there was a little sty to get over there to where the reservoir was, and Crush used to come up with his dog. So he'd gone out early one morning just to walk the dog, and as he's stepping over the thing, he had a pair of Iron Maiden pyjama bottoms on. He had a flying cap on, and I can't remember what he was wearing on his top, and these open sort of boots like that, and a bifter, coming through his beard. And there was some local woman was walking a dog, and she stood back. He goes, "Don't be shocked, love." He goes, "I'm from London." And then just walked past it like. So he's going to be really interesting chap, because he's done everything from, Ozzy, Black Sabbath album covers, he's on TV shows, he was art director at Kerrang.
Yeah.
He's
so
done.
Did he design the Kerrang logo on the front of the magazine?
Do you know, we'll have to ask him.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did it back in the day, because and I sort of think really he's pretty much sort of set the style for what the new wave of British heavy metal was. Because he'd done so many great sort of tour programs. He's done the likes of Blondie and Motorhead and all the sort of stuff. And hopefully on Sunday he'll show you and get some pictures of it. He's still got like the original scamps and the original designs of the Born Again album, and just so much.
He did Born Again, did he?
Yeah.
It's a pity he didn't mix it, because it's got one of the worst mixes I've ever heard on.
Yeah,
on a record.
No, the album cover was great.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a great story about Donna, which I won't tell you about. Hopefully he'll tell that story.
Sabbath who killed him.
Yeah.
At Reading.
Yeah. So so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
and then
I want to talk to him about the Sulphate Strangler.
Yes.
That's on my notes.
Yeah, they were good mates. Mates.
That worries me.
Yeah, no, I thought I'd met him. We were talking about it, and neither Crush and I can remember who we did meet that had a connection with Ian Jury. But it wasn't him. It wasn't him at the end of the day, because I remember talking about it, and I thought it was him, but it wasn't. So looking forward to that. But I tell you what I'm looking forward to in season 2 is our Deep Purple family tree.
Yes.
I think that should be
a bit special, won't it?
Yeah.
A 12-hour special.
on the Deep Purple
The Deep Purple family tree.
family tree. I'd seen that album you told me about today, which I'd never heard
Yeah,
before.
live in London.
Fucking cracking.
I heard that on the. It was BBC Radio 1 in concert series
Was it?
back in 73 or 1974. And a mate of mine, I was in school, so a mate of mine came round, Alan Jones, to listen to it.
Is that Alan Jones who's got ended up the fruit and veg business? Not that Alan Jones.
No.
No.
Not as far as I know.
No.
And he came out and listened to it, and I taped it. And we sat listening to it in silence. Because obviously it would pick it up, wouldn't it? Back in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Steam-powered cassette players. And I have no idea where the tape is, and it's probably long gone. But I can remember when it finished, we gave this almighty bloody holler. Because it was just such a good... It was just so good.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's missing off the album was space trucking.
Right.
I just wish they made it into a double.
Yeah.
So they could have put that on. But it's a hell of an album, isn't it?
It's
the best I've heard with Coverdale and Hughes. I've got the one with, I think it was Blackmore's last gig. Deep Purple live in Graz.
Right.
And, I mean, it's all right, but Glenn Hughes' patter between songs is cringeworthy. And it also pisses me off. I like Coverdale, I'm not fairly ambivalent about him now, but this is a song we recorded on Machine Head. No, David, you didn't record Machine Head.
Yeah.
Deep Purple with Ian Gillan and Roger Glover.
Yeah.
Recorded Machine. Not we. No, what you say is this is a song the band recorded before I joined them.
Yeah.
I don't know, just these little things that rile me occasionally.
I get that. But no, it's because that Deep Purple thing, we won't say too much on it, but it's such an exciting topic because you start with Purple, you go through all the different versions of it.
I think we need to try. It might be good to get someone in for that.
Yeah.
See if we can find another Purple aficionado who could come in and maybe a couple of names. Maybe I could.
Yeah. Well, like Richie Blackmore.
Richie and that bloke called Ian, who's sung with him for a bit.
Yeah.
Either of them. They're two in the same room.
You've probably got their fucking number. You probably met them in a chip shop in Spain.
I've never met anybody from Deep Purple.
Have you not?
No. Roger Glover's Welsh. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's Welsh, Roger Glover. Yeah, and Ian Gillan bought Reading Football Club once upon a time.
Did he? Oh, I sort of.
I think he lost quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
And as we were talking about earlier today, he was in Jesus Christ Superstar. Anyway, we'll see.
So that's good. You know, we've seen a few good gigs as well. You know.
Well, the gig that gave us the idea for doing this, Jim Jones All Stars.
Yeah. And we got tickets again, haven't we?
We've got tickets for November the 1st at Birkenhead.
Birkenhead.
Future Yard or something. It's
Yeah. It's just round the corner from the ferry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is there an Indian nearby?
Probably. There probably will be. I tell you what is though, across the water is that curry that Storm and I went to the other week. I've got a couple of mates who live in Birkenhead, so
we'll find some.
If we can't find them, we'll pop round to theirs.
Yeah, they can do some egg on toast.
At the egg on toast, that'd be quite good.
What have I got coming up this year? Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And The Answer on consecutive nights in Manchester. We've got these wicked rivers.
These wicked rivers.
Live rooms, December the 14th.
Yeah.
We've got an interview with them.
Yeah, so that
lined up.
That'll be good as well. We've got a couple of other interviews. My mate from Art Vinyl invented
that'll be a good one.
Up Gun. He's on in a couple of weeks.
We've got a lot of stuff. I think we're pretty much booked up. We've got Luke Gallagher in November.
Yeah.
And then we've got a few in the pipeline for next year, haven't we? Or people we want to try and...
And we try and do the Christmas special.
The Christmas special.
With the old Reading,
comrades.
The old comrades in arms. There'll be some stories on that one. So, I tell you what, I went to see last week KK Downing.
Of course you did.
KK Priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Paul Diano. Yeah. Fucking, that was a
enjoy that, yeah.
belting gig. And it was proper old school rock.
Yeah.
All the way, right from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, it was Priest have got a new album out next year, didn't they?
Yeah, the new single's really good.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard
Panic
it.
Attack, really good. So that's quite good. Well, I've got Priest booked. I've already got some good gigs for next year. I've got,
Black Priest Smoker touring, aren't they?
yeah, it's Black Priest
I've got
book.
Foo Fighters tickets for next year, and a guy in January, the Deaf Institute, one of my favourite venues, as I think we discussed when we were chatting about venues earlier in the series. A fellow called Israel Nash.
Yeah, you've mentioned him. I've still
Yeah,
not got
really
round to
cool,
listening,
yeah.
I think.
Oh, he's good. Yeah, he's not a rocker,
No.
but he just plays nice, just nice stuff. Good guitar player. He generally has a good band with him,
Yeah,
as these guys do.
yeah.
But that'll be a good one. So yeah, I mean the tickets are starting to build up again.
Yeah, so I've got, well, I've got Stranglers, Priest,
Oh, have you already seen the Stranglers?
Apollo,
Okay.
Manchester.
Ooh,
So I look forward to that. Priest, Tull.
really?
Yeah, I look
Well
forward to
done.
that. Manchester, and I got Clapton.
Yeah.
So,
Saw Clapton at D-side.
yeah, I never saw him at D-side.
Yeah, and I saw the Liverpool Empire with Albert Lee
Oh, no, that would have been good.
on guitar with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I haven't heard any new Clapton stuff for years.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things that, you know, if they're on tour and it's handy and you can make it, you just go,
You
don't
go,
you?
don't you? That's
You know,
right.
because, you know, these guys won't be around forever. Or the time will come where, you know, you can't see him, so, and then you just kick yourself, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I think I've seen him through. I saw him at Blackbush with Bob Dylan too.
Yeah.
Like 78. Yeah, and he actually came on and played with him as well. So yeah.
You might be able to answer this for me. I don't know if you know. I got in the back of my mind, without me going on Google and looking, I'm sure I went to see Roger Waters' Hitchhiker tour,
Yeah.
and something in the back of my mind says Eric Clapton was with them.
Might have been. I don't know.
I'll have to Google
You'll
that
have to
after,
Google it
because
now, won't you?
I went with Joey, I went with Aid,
Yeah.
down to the NEC, went on a
Okay.
bus to watch it, and
No, absolutely no idea at all. I picked up that Hitchhiker's album. Hitchhiker's Guide to the
yeah,
Galaxy, is it called?
yeah.
Picked it up when my sister was living down south. I picked it up from a charity shop in Cranley for £3.
Did you?
Yeah, hadn't been played. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It goes for a few bob these days, by all accounts.
Yeah. See what I did there last Sunday? I went to the cinema to watch Talking Heads Stop Making Sense. Oh, fucking is to see it like 200 foot wide and 100 foot high in front of you. And there was only about 6 of us in the cinema. It was cracking.
Yeah.
Cracking. But it was that good to see it up that close. At the end of each song, I wanted to start shouting and clapping like you do at a gig and
Yeah,
all
well,
that.
I can remember going to see pictures at an exhibition.
Yeah.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer film, and it felt exactly the same. It just felt weird watching it. I was only, I don't know, not that old,
Yeah.
in my teens. It just felt weird watching it and not...
And not being down at the fucking front, leaning on the barrier.
Not joining in somewhere. Yeah, because it, as you say, on a cinematic screen,
Yeah.
which are bloody huge things,
Yeah.
it almost feels like you're there.
Yeah.
And because the sounds...
Yeah.
Well, I think it was the Hippodrome. I think it was coming out of one speaker under one of the chairs, you know.
Under Bob's chair, the organist's chair, and he was playing along to it.
Yeah, the hut of Baba Yaga was played by the organist from the Hippodrome.
We used to, again, nothing to do with music, but we used to go to the Hippodrome to the kids club on a Saturday morning.
Yeah. Was it Hippodrome? I remember going to the Odeon.
I might have
as
been
well.
the,
We used to play at the Odeon.
yeah. And I bought an hot dog and just sat down with my hot dog, and I was with Ian Wright, who lives next door to me. And
Right.
not that Ian Wright,
Ian Wright,
no, Ian Wright.
Right.
And some bloke punched me in the face and walked off. Fucking walked off with my hot dog. I didn't even bet into it.
Sorry.
Just twatted me and then fucked off with my hot dog. Then I had to sit like through all the programmes all morning. A, like dead hungry, but B, with a really sore falls.
I remember we got going. Me, Steve, we'd only be about 10 or 11. Saturday club at the Odeon. With me, Steve Goring, and 2 or 3 others. we got thrown out because Goring let off stink bombs.
Did he? That was a classic in the pictures, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Saturday Morning Club. You get on, what was the film about? Oh, God. No,
I don't know, but somebody stole my hot dog. And it was just after somebody let some stink bombs off as well. No, so I think that's the first sort of gig or music film I've seen in the pictures. And yeah.
Because I saw pictures back in the early 70s. I went to see The Wall.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I've not seen that in
probably.
the pictures.
But no, it's not something I really go to watch. I haven't been to pictures for ages.
Well, we don't go that often because I get annoyed if people are talking or chomping on
I know.
stuff and it just ruins it.
Yeah.
But I actually lied. We went a while back to watch Moon Age Daydream.
Okay.
And I found that if we get the early Sunday morning one, there's no one else in.
Even better.
So I can do that.
Yeah.
So I can do that, all right. Have you seen that Moon Age Daydream
I
film
haven't.
yet? It's fucking quality, mate.
Is
Absolute quality.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it'll be on that. But it's like, it's great to watch. It's Bowie and everything that went on in that period. But just the whole way it's creatively put together, it's a work of art just to watch it as well. Yeah, so, and I think the last film for me that had that sort of bit to it was the Joe Strummer film. Joe Strummer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. When it just starts off with I Want to Riot, Riot on My Own.
Riot.
Yeah, you just hear him singing it sounds dreadful. And then the music comes, then you go, yeah, that's why you're Joe Strummer with the glass, you know, it's fucking, that's quality one. So, it's been a blast, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been
10
good.
episodes.
Yeah.
Been a good laugh. Met some good people.
12 listeners.
12 listeners.
Averaging just over one an episode.
Yeah. You know,
All
and,
right.
you know, and what's it cost us? £5 each to get them to come and listen to it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's not bad, is it?
No, but we've had some good comments. We got to number 16 and
We did, yeah.
after the first week.
Second week, yeah.
Yeah, it fell off since then, but not bothered, mate. You know, we done it. We got to number 16.
Photographic evidence.
Yeah, exactly.
We
get
places behind Martin Kemp and Guy Pratt.
Yeah. And Go, you know, both of them have, you know, music-wise, have done a bit in their time, haven't they? So when are we seeing the Wild Arts? Friday then? Shrewsbury,
We see
isn't it?
Ginger on Friday, don't we, at Albert Shed in Shrewsbury.
I've never been there. Have you been?
No, never been there. No idea where it is.
There'll be a curry house near, won't there?
Yeah, I know one in Shrewsbury.
Happy days.
Apparently Sandy Lyle used to eat there, the golfer.
Did he? Do you know when you said Sandy Lardner, I was quickly trying to think what fucking band he was in. Oh, yeah, he was a bass player, wasn't he, of Not the Hoople? Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Bill Driver and the Wedges.
Bill Driver and the Wedges, that great prog band. So I think we thank our listeners, mate, for putting up with us.
I think so. And the people who've come on.
Yeah.
You know.
We met some good people
We'll
there.
get some of them back in the new year.
Well, Ian's
Probably
coming
all
back.
of them at this rate.
Yeah, I think Ian's going to come back on for Music in the Attic, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he's got some interesting stuff to talk about. Well, all of them really for me, and they've all been different.
Everybody's been interesting.
Yeah.
You know, we spoke to Mark about getting the Declan Swans to come in and have a chat with us all. And
yeah, it'd be quite good if we get the band in.
Yeah. We can even play us a song.
Yeah.
You know, we've had Jack. We interviewed Jack. We missed out on him maybe shooting us with a bit of poetry. His spoken word stuff. But I think he's got a new album out next year, so possibly get him back.
Yeah.
And Tom, we've still got no end of stuff to talk to Tom.
Yeah.
Tom about.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't even touch on his songwriting and his performing. And
Touched on his uncle, though, didn't we?
oh yeah, Uncle Wildcat.
Uncle Wildcat.
He was an interesting dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been good. And I like the Jack interview because he's the only one that we've interviewed that's ate a full pie, potatoes and mushy peas.
Well, we were interviewing him.
And still done the interview.
Yeah, it's a good effort. I think one thing I've been disappointed in, we've been to a few houses and we've made us cups of tea. Nobody's offered us any cake or biscuits.
No.
Bit shabby.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom promised that I'll get the biscuits ready.
Yeah. No
He
biscuits,
didn't
was
even
there?
make the tea. Louise made the tea.
And he left the smell of curry hanging in the kitchen for us.
When we walked in.
Just to tease
But
us.
then told us he knew nothing about curries.
Yeah.
What's that about?
No, that's wrong. But I'm going to give a couple of awards out here.
Okay.
The worst tea or coffee we've had in the entire series.
Bellis.
Fucking Bellis.
Yeah. And not so much it was the worst. It took him about 20 minutes and still couldn't work out what he wanted.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not necessarily the worst, but it was the service.
It was poor.
Yeah, it was poor. So we'll have to get Steve back on just to see if he's upped his game in the kitchen.
Yeah. Wouldn't be difficult, would it?
No.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, we'll have words with Steve.
What was the best cup? I think Mark Jones was. He made us a nice brew.
Had a good strong one.
Yeah, can't include Tom because he didn't make it.
No. Tom had the warmest environment in that.
He did. That
nice
was
lovely
shed all the way from Finland. He got that.
Yeah.
All the way from Finland.
I thought he was taking us into like his sauna. I thought this is probably not the podcast.
It's going to be Santa's grotto or something. Like that.
Come and sit on Santa's knee.
He only got that on his roof all the way back from Finland.
No, I don't know. No. So, but I tell you what, why we need to get him back on because he's come from the design world and he's like a graphic designer and stuff. You know, he knows about albums. He knows. It's like you were talking about. You can tell which country the album's from by the thickness of the card and the album.
Ones, yeah, they're making like
all that sort of shit. I love knowing. You know, so I think if we do that pure like album cover art, we've got guy from Chicago coming on as well.
Yeah.
Either later this year or the beginning next year, who runs the Album Hall of Fame.
That'll be unbelievable.
So
that'd be really great. Yeah. I think we should go out there and talk to him.
Yeah.
A lot easier than doing online, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll get
a couple of flights.
Yeah, we'll get Spotify to sponsor us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double.
Happy days. Happy days. Cool.
So you said there were 2 awards. What was the other one?
I didn't quite get to the other award because I hadn't thought of it. I knew Bellis was getting an award.
Well, that's all right. That'll do.
Yeah. So Bellis can have it twice.
Best pie eater we've interviewed.
Jack. Got to be Jack, innit? Yeah.
We'll send him a...
Yeah. Best shed's got to go to your man.
Absolutely. That's going to Tom.
Yeah. Best person who not only writes, sings and designs in all album covers, Daz.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
You know, one-man fucking music machine, that guy, isn't he?
I mean, imagine what he could do if he had a band.
Yeah. See, and again, it's funny with musicians. Is like, you know, Chris is not a musician, but he's in that world. And Daz, the first time I met both of those people, within 2 or 3 minutes we were laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, like properly on your knees laughing, and it's been like that, you know, ever since.
Yeah.
And those sort of people you meet like that, and I think you get it through music, and I'm sure you get it through other hobbies and stuff, but, you know, you might not speak to each other for 6 months, and you pick the phone up.
And it's like you've never been away.
Yeah, he picks up straight. And it's the same with Shepherd and Johnson and people like that, isn't it?
It's about friendship, isn't it?
Yeah.
And having that connection. And it might have been a connection you had 30 years ago. But you still have that connection.
Yeah.
It's like maybe an album you grew up with.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that coming over this evening. And I was listening to a band called Skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, good band. Ned MacDonald and Mikey Gray. And I couldn't. I was thinking a few weeks ago, I'm sure I had that on vinyl, and I went into my collection. I couldn't find it, and I thought, well, maybe I didn't. Then I've sold albums over the last few years, thin out my collection, so I can bring stuff that I want to listen to now. You can't just keep buying and buying. Well, you can, but I think you just got to get rid of some. And I'm thinking, I wonder if I ever got rid of that then, or was it on CD? And it might have been on CD. So anyway, I stuck it on my phone last night, and I'll have a listen to it when I'm in my car. And I really liked that album. I loved his voice, and I still like his voice. But I've had it on today, and I've had it on coming here tonight, and it's just lost that spark.
Was it?
It was, 35 years ago. Was it 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Skin, I don't know, in the 90s. I thought, yeah, it's all right. But then I go back to the bands that I grew up with. Purple, Mott, Sabbath, Zeppelin, Uriah Heep, even T-Rex.
Yeah.
And bands from that era, I still really like them. I can stick Deep Purple in Rock on, and it's still as fresh today as it was when I was a 13 or 14-year-old teenager, hearing it for the first time and having my mind blown, thinking, what's this?
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think that's down to then either? I'm just because I'm exactly the same, right? I'm exactly the same, and I can listen to some great music now and all the rest of it, and I don't know if it's because we've listened to it all our lives. It's so familiar. It's so part of our makeup. It's part of our personality.
Yeah, yeah, and I also think I've certainly noticed in the last 10 or 15 years my tastes have changed. I still love what I loved when I was young, but the stuff that, if you like, in that midway period of your life doesn't really hold up as well as the stuff I listened to in my formative years.
Yeah.
It's okay, and it could also be that you want to keep. I wanted to keep listening to rock music, but in the 90s, okay, you had grunge, which I really liked, but I thought rock music in the 90s, if you like, well, we might say it was classic rock, didn't really have its greatest. I was listening to bands like Bang Tango, Circus of Power, then you Sea Hags, Junkyard, Rock City Angels, and some of them were really good, and some of the albums I still have, but I sold a lot of them in the end. I thought that stuck them on eBay, and I was thinking about it. I guess I've just been thinking about it a bit lately, and I stuck some of them on my phone and listened to them, and I could understand why I sold them.
Yeah,
Circus of Power, they're alright, but it's like, this track sounds a bit like the first track, and which you could maybe accuse a lot of bands of, but it just really wasn't. It wasn't enough in the music for me.
Yeah.
Just the guitar tuning out the same riff and the same subject matter.
Yeah.
Not bad bands, but I just thought, I guess you're looking for space for other stuff as maybe as your musical tastes change. Yeah. I don't know.
And I listen to stuff now, and I'll listen to something new on Spotify, whatever, and I think, and I'll be getting into it, then I'll, about halfway through the song, I think, that sounds a bit Skinhead, that. Oh, fuck, I'm going to listen to Skinhead, and I've gone back. Because I think I might as well go and listen to done it right the first time.
Yeah.
One band of probably the last 15 years that I did get into, and I do think they've got some real good energy, is the Australian band Airborne.
Saw them a couple of times.
Yeah, I've seen them a few times. Fucking great live. Yeah, and they like what AC/DC should still be like. They've got that rawness, that Aussie rawness to it.
I mean, I probably saw them 10 years ago. Probably when they were starting out, probably Download or something like that.
Yeah.
And I guess it's where AC/DC were in 74, 75.
Yeah. But I'll go back to any of that early music now. There still isn't much for me that can give you that power of that stuff we were brought up on, like the Purple, the Zeppelin, the AC/DC, the Sabbath, all of that sort of stuff, the Dr. Feelgoods. And
oh God, yeah. I mean, that was another ball game again, Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah.
They were like nothing that we'd ever heard around here.
Yeah. I'm getting skinded at the moment.
Yeah, you had to see them.
And I went the other week, I told you I went to see Graham Parker, and even though he's old and it wasn't as energetic as it would have been.
He had an energy back in the 70s.
Yeah, fucking hell, yeah. He had that really punk feel to it, didn't it?
Yeah,
it was
real to like White Soul,
yeah,
if you want.
Yeah. But it was still just to see a group of musicians who are now old, but they've still got that charisma.
Yeah.
They still walk on stage with a presence. And he's a great character, we're right up at front, and it was just a really good gig, seeing people who have been there, done it, and are still great musicians.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a little bit slower, that's all. Isn't it?
I think we thought the facts saw it a bit when we went to see Rainbow.
Yeah.
A few years ago with the young lad they had singing at Ella Voice. You could sense Blackmore wasn't quite getting all the notes as he did.
Yeah.
I think when they opened up with Burn.
Yeah.
And it wasn't quite as it was.
There's more Earn.
Yeah. But a lot of the stuff it was a great gig, in fairness.
Yeah, it's still great just to see it, wasn't it?
Oh, it is. I mean, I always just remember Burn though, thinking he's missing a note out here. It's just something not quite.
Yeah.
Because when you listen to him back in the day,
fucking hell.
I mean, the solo on Highway Star I made in Japan.
Yeah.
It's like...
It literally was as good as it gets, wasn't it?
Yeah,
as good as it gets.
I thought so.
And
he had that ability to play quickly, but there was also a certain amount of feel there.
Yeah.
You didn't just feel it was speed for the sake of speed. It
Yeah.
was just, there was still something.
Yeah. And then when he drops into some of those blues solos,
Yeah.
you know.
Which he did a lot with Rainbow, didn't he?
Yeah, love all that.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
all that sort of stuff. And it's on stage still, you know, probably one of my most favourite albums from the rock world.
Yeah.
You know, just could listen to that. I dread to think how many times I've listened to that album.
It's not a crime,
Yeah, it's not.
as Niels Lofgren said.
Yeah.
There we are. So, that's the first series.
First series done.
Looking forward to the second,
Yeah.
which starts it starts with this episode on Saturday.
Starts with this episode on Saturday. And then
Season 2.
we'll be down with Crushing on Tuesday. So it's season
Sunday
2.
even.
Sunday.
You go Tuesday. You
I'll
go.
I'll go Tuesday.
Yeah, and I'll see you there on Monday.
See you there Monday.
Yeah.
And that'll kick off. And then we've got your man as well
Yeah,
on
great stuff.
Friday.
So there we
Not
go.
a bad start.
Yeah,
Right.
well done.
Here we go then.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I've just got this for you, Viv.
Oh, is that was me off, dog?